Today I'm with Raymond Chavez, who's the oldest Pearl Harbor survivor. He's 104 years old. He was at Pearl Harbor on the USS Condor when Pearl Harbor was attacked by Japanese forces December 7, 1941, 75 years ago, and we're commemorating that attack. It's important for us as Americans to remember the contributions, the sacrifice that these men made on that day, and to thank them for their service.
The name of it was a minesweeper, and the name was USS Condor. It was a fishing boat before the Navy took it over. And then the Navy took it over, they took all the fishing gear off and installed minesweeping equipment. Well, we went out on our patrol at midnight, and it's just an ordinary night. At 3:45, he said, "We got company." And Mr. McCloy, the officer of the deck, he got a little excited. And he said, "What is it? Who is it?" Utrecht saw the submarine, because the submarine was on the surface, and he could see it, and it was dark, but we were close enough to see it. And in fact, we almost rammed it. And Mr. McCloy sent word to the captain. So he immediately gave the order, inform the USS Ward. The Ward immediately went looking for the submarine, but he couldn't find it. At dawn, there was a patrol boat, and they saw the submarine. And immediately they informed the Ward, and the Ward sped over to where and sunk it. They didn't know, the big chiefs, they didn't know what to do, because they thought it was just a game for somebody playing on them. And they didn't believe it at all until it was too late. The Japanese started attacking and killing and sinking. They attacked all the buildings, all the bombers and fighters that were on the ground. They attacked them and disabled them.
It was unexpected. And but when they started bombing us, well, we knew we were at war. We were next to the Arizona, which was a battleship, and that was their main target. There were other bigger ships, but the Arizona was, for some reason, really targeted, and they sank her, all day long. We were going down below, picking up those 5-inch shells, carrying them up to the guns, and once you got rid of one, you go back for another all day long. So in Arizona, it was all tore up. But when they came in, well, I'll tell you, if I were to compare all my life, that was the busiest day in my life.
The most important thing is involved so many men being killed or wounded, and the ships that were bombed and torpedoed, they were sunk, and the men trying to escape from the ship, and you could see them walking on the side of the ship because the ship had flipped over, and they were coming out, running out, and getting into the water to save themselves. But they run into one huge difficulty. The ships were leaking oil and grease into the water. So when they jumped into the water, they got full of oil and grease all over their bodies, and they couldn't get away. And the grease and the oil slowed them down so much that we couldn't see, and they couldn't swim. lifeboats that were saving as many men as they could, would pick them up and take them to where they'd be cleaned up and save their lives.
We were attacked. We did not attack them. They attacked us. We were defending ourselves. That's the way I look at it. And it was, but the worst part is that it was, we didn't know that this was coming on. It was a big surprise.